welcome to Be Local Podcast, episode 9. Today it's just us two again. We did have stuff planned, but life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
We've rescheduled about 4 this week.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be doing 2, so we had one in the bank a bit ahead, so we could be ahead, but that went out the window. So
Yeah.
things have just been a bit crazy, haven't they?
Aye, it has. It's been so busy, see, and it's the first week back for the kids at school, but the kids going into primary 1, you're still at the kind of antsy stage because they're not in full time yet, so you've not actually got 9 till 3 clear.
It's weird because they've changed a lot of stuff because they're fixing all the school roof.
Yeah.
The entrances are all confusing. They had a big sign up saying no entry at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh. So I went down the bottom of the hill and it's like locked with a no entry sign.
Yeah.
So I'm like, am I going in the top? Because it says no entry. So I went up there and there was no entry sign still, and I was just like, I'll just ignore this and go in. But I didn't really know what I was doing. I just had to just pick a way and go in.
Wing it.
And
Would someone please take my children?
No. Someone drop him off at the door. But yeah, it's been weird because Toby's in afternoons twice a week.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a strange one because last time he was in the morning, like 9 till 12 or 1 or whatever it was. Now he's in 9 till 12, 1 or whatever it is, Monday to Wednesday. But then Thursday, Friday he's in up till 4 p.m. So it's the right pain because you pick up one at 3 and then you've got to go back and pick him up at 4.
Yeah, I think when the kids are like younger in nursery and stuff, it just becomes this giant juggling act, school pickups and drop-offs, isn't it?
Oh, you have to like plan everything in advance. It's like now he's literally finishing about now.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've still got the courtesy car on. But it's been nice driving actually. We've had a Passat,
Lovely.
70 plate, brand new, near enough. Volkswagen
Damage your
Passat.
car more often.
Wow. Well, we had a big hoo-ha about it, didn't we? Because obviously, people won't know this, but I'd left the mount that holds the camera to the screen. I'd left it in this car, and then it got taken to be repaired, and I didn't have one. So I'm flapping because we had one booked on the Monday. And
ordered one.
Yeah, so you ordered one. It came on a Saturday. We're like, yes, I saw it. Then Monday came, you cancelled that one.
Yeah.
And then the next one was supposed to be yesterday, and that got rescheduled. I rescheduled that. And then today, our guest was unable to join us.
Yeah.
So, but then this afternoon, I got back, and my car was fixed, and it was just sitting outside my house.
Was it?
Yeah.
And did it not pick up the other car?
They're coming to pick it up tonight, I think.
Oh, okay.
But they just posted the keys through the door. They've done a really good job, though.
Have they?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the bumper, like the car's obviously like a pooey brown colour, but it's like metallic.
Yeah.
So they've matched the colour like perfectly.
That's nice.
Yeah, so at least it's back to working normal.
Yeah.
Have you done anything exciting this week?
We've been working a lot. We're very busy. We've decided to take a wee step back and a breather for everybody, focusing on staff. I think what we've realised this week is that the hangover for the lockdown was that we were just kind of keeping taking on customers.
Like, in case you were worried that it dried up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just kept doing that, and we had big contracts and stuff to do, and we've got staff, and I don't like taking on just any staff, and I like the training to be done properly and things. So we've decided to just take a wee breather, step back.
Yeah.
We've tailored doing some of our customers and making it better for the staff. We're changing the way like pay and things like that. So we're like a premium service with premium paid staff.
Yeah.
We've got to register for the national living wage
right.
because we play higher than that.
Right. So it's a good thing to shout about.
Yeah.
The thing is as well, it's kind of nice that you're putting the staff before additional customers.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to say, we'll have 12 more customers and just stretch the staff between them.
Yeah.
But realistically, it's
It's not
struggle.
sustainable, though, is it?
No
I
way.
mean, you're just going to be sat to the middle of the night, stressed because you're not able to make what it is that you're saying you're doing, and I don't want to do that. Like, I want to deliver what it is that we actually say we do.
Yeah, we do a really good job, and like you just can't do that if you're spread too thin.
Yeah. So lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
It's like this has been like the biggest learning curve of my entire life.
I suppose because it's unexplored territory for you as well, isn't it?
I have no management experience or anything. Sean, he's been a manager. Well, he's like been in charge of rotas and things like that. And I don't have any experience in that. I'm just winging it.
Just go with the flow.
And I started a degree when Harry was born. And then the business took off so much, I stopped the degree and now I just do short courses as I need them.
Alright.
So, yeah.
So you've been doing short courses as well as doing all this stuff?
Yeah.
Why?
I love learning.
I like learning, but just read a book or something.
Yeah, I do that as well. I listen to a lot of TED Talks.
I love TED Talks.
Oh, right, there's an app in your phone now, did you know that?
Oh, is there?
Yeah. And it's like millions of subjects you can go into.
TED Talks are so good.
And they're short as well.
Yeah, well, this is it. For anyone who doesn't know what a TED Talk is, essentially it's like a seminar, but an expert or someone with like real experience in a situation will just talk about their experience to a group of people, and then they record them all and put them on the internet. Yeah. I've watched some fascinating ones. I watched one about a cop that had saved a load of kids' lives.
Yeah.
And there was one about this guy. Well, it's like a group of guys that basically put all their savings and just travelled the world and documented it and did everything they wanted to do.
Yeah.
That they never had the courage to do. They just did it, like skydiving and.
I think it was terrifying.
Swimming with sharks.
One of like my favourite sayings ever, and I don't know if it was for a TED Talk or where it was from, because I've read and listened to a lot of things, but feel the fear and do it anyway. So like the stuff you're terrified of, just go for it, because it's like the best feeling afterwards that you've done it.
I think the geezers that did that TED Talk, their motto was seek discomfort. Oh. So they basically found things that made them uncomfortable and just dealt with it, like public talk, speaking in public. They'd like go up to strangers and convince strangers to get on a plane with them and go to a random place. So they went to an airport and there was a family there, and they convinced this family to abandon their plans and just go to Hawaii for the weekend. That's mad, isn't it?
Would you not love to be that family?
Oh yeah, especially if they were paying.
Yeah.
But then you might have been a pain to like rebook yours and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a play it safe kind of guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like your comfort zone.
Yeah, I need to know like a meticulous plan.
Oh yeah.
So I was kind of put out of my comfort zone by my friend just bought a. I don't know if it's a camper van or a motorhome. What one's what? Because one's apparently got a toilet and one's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A camper van wouldn't have a toilet.
Right, so it's a motorhome.
Yeah.
It's bought a motorhome. It's got a toilet and a shower in it and everything. And he'd said the other day, "Oh, I'm going to go climb a Munro. You want to come?" I'm like, "What?" So Amy wasn't feeling well anyway, and the kids were going back to school the next day. So I was like, "Nah." I said, "For one, I'd die." I said, "I struggle going up straight paths sometimes." I said, "There's no way I'd manage it. 2, I'd slow you down.
Yeah.
3, I can't. Kids are going back to school tomorrow. Blah blah blah." And he goes, "Well, sometime this week we'll go away for a night to somewhere." And I was like, "All right, I suppose." I'm a bit claustrophobic, so I didn't like the idea of being in this little camper van somewhere. Yeah. I'm not scared of the dark, but anywhere you're going to park up is going to be like in the wilderness, right? So I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's like anxiety or what, but anytime I've got anything planned, all of a sudden like I get a dodgy stomach, and do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like on the day. Yeah. And you have to like take 15 Imodium before you leave the house. It's just a nightmare.
Nervous peeping.
Yeah. So we've just like, oh, let's go. So we went to Dufftown. Yeah. We went up there, and there's an app you can get that tells you where you can park overnight without anyone moaning, and for free. So it's like good for camper vans, because you can say like, "Oh, we parked a camper van here. no one questioned us, or you can say like went to this place and parked in a camper van and was told we weren't allowed to be on this property or whatever. Because obviously the idea is to be
wild camping. Is that what that is?
I don't know what you'd call it because it's in a motorhome, so it's not really camping, is it? It's not wild.
Really rubbing sticks for fire.
No. But I'm always the sort of person, if I go camping, I'd go somewhere close to my house.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, you can walk home, call a taxi.
Is this good for your teenage years?
Yeah, well, some of them you just wake up in a bush, wouldn't you? There's no walking home. You don't care at that stage. But when you're an adult and you've got stuff to worry about, so we said we'd go to Dufton. So we went this way. So this is kind of what I presume just what's the word? Attracted me to just follow this route. Yeah. But the drive is beautiful.
Okay.
When you're in a camper van, you're a lot higher off the road, so you can see past all these little bushes and hedges and stuff.
Okay.
Proper see everything. But yeah, so we went out to Dufton, parked up. We were literally I think technically in the Belvenny Distillery car park.
Okay.
Might as well be anyway. And then we had a barbecue. There's like a little picnic area, so we sat there, listened to music and just chatted crap until 11 o'clock, and then we sat in the camper van, played some cards. And then today we went into Dufton and got some pictures. I might put them up on here actually. Got some pictures of, there's like a clock tower in Dufton. Have you ever been there?
No, I don't think I have.
It's a very strange little town.
Okay.
It's a little bit smaller than Banff. It's probably around the same size as Foggy.
Okay.
But it's got the weirdest array of shops you'll ever see.
What really?
So specialist for such a small place. They've got a fireplace shop that sells fireplaces.
Only fireplaces?
Only fireplaces. They've got a shop called Singing Bowls.
It sells singing bowls?
Sell singing bowls. The bowls are going when you run a stick around them. Yeah. That's all they sell. And then there's a collector's den. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They'll probably have toys and cards and all sorts of stuff in there. Went in there, it's just crystals. Coloured stones and crystals and stuff. And I'm these are very specific shops.
Yeah.
And
I bet you people travel to go into them.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's on the Whiskey Trail. It's on the Isle Way, it's called.
Okay.
And so there's a train that goes from Keith. I think it just goes between Keith and Dufton. And it goes along what they call the Isle Way, which is there's 11 distilleries in a 9-mile strip.
Okay.
And it's fascinating. Some of them have got big, huge open sides, so you can see what's going on through as you're driving past. Absolutely stunning.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so then we went to Inverality, I think it was today. There's a bridge there. And we parked up at the side of the road, went down along the bridge, took some pictures off the bridge and went under the bridge. Kind of. You go down the side and it snakes down to the bottom. Yeah. And there's a river. I think it's the River Spey. And then there's a little bank, a little bank of the river, and then there's a car park there. Yeah. So we're saying next time we'll park up there, go. But they were jumping in the bloody river and all sorts. the people I went with, I wasn't so adventurous. I don't like being wet. And we'd left the camper van on the main road and walked all the way down. So I'd have to walk back. Can you imagine? Get chub rub, wouldn't you? Yeah. Your wet pants. No thanks. Nah, I'm alright. So I just stood outside taking pictures we were at some sort of awkward adult shoot. 3 men, 2 half naked, covered in water. It was.
Did you taking pictures of the
I know. In hindsight, it was the wrong thing to do. I shouldn't be taking pictures. But there were people up on the bridge as well looking down at us. So it must have been a really dodgy advert. Oh, it's so bad. But it was so nice. Yeah, the scenery was beautiful. Topless men in their pants in a river.
We did actually do something. We went to Blair Drummond last Friday.
Where is that? What is that? Isn't that
It's a safari park.
Oh, right. Where is it?
Did not miss
it. I thought you were silent because you were how does this idiot not know where Blair Drummond is?
You go down.
Where did you go past it?
Perth.
Oh, Perthway.
Past Perth.
Oh, so
And
fair way
there's-
then.
Yeah, it is. And we had to stop at Tesco's in Dundee to buy Adam a cake. Because instead of, so like, it was his birthday. Normally for our birthdays we have cake for breakfast, but because we're going a car journey, Adam and Harry tend to get car sick, so we decided to do cake in the car when we were basically there. So that's
So I
what
go
we did.
right here to get up to Portsoy.
Yeah. But it's amazing. Elephants, giraffes, rhinos.
Elephants?
Yeah. Rhinos.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. Zebras. Like a proper safari park, and there's like this massive play thing, like climbing frame. I wouldn't even say it's a climbing frame, it's like the castle of climbing frames for them to play on, and it's like 4 stories high. Amazing.
Whoa.
Yeah, really good.
So there's one up near Landmark.
Yeah, the Highland Wildlife Park.
Yeah,
is
it better than that?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. The
So I
Highland
quite
Wildlife
like
Park's
that.
good.
Oh, aye.
But like we Blair Drummond just now as well, it's slightly cheaper than it normally is to get in because there's certain aspects shut because of COVID. So like when we went, we couldn't go on the boat to go around Monkey Island because there's like you go on this boat and drive around the island and all the monkeys are in there.
Bloody hell.
But you couldn't go on that. I'm assuming for
It's hygiene reasons. Probably haven't got the, like, you'd have to clean the boat every time.
Yeah.
You probably only fit a quarter of the people in the boat.
Aye, it'd be a waste of time.
Aye.
But there was other monkeys, and then there's, oh yeah, it's just amazing. The giraffes, you get to see like inside the bit where they sleep and stuff and see them eating, and you get to see them out, and there's like 4 different bits you can drive round about where there's like lions, there's deer and antelope and all sorts of things you can drive around with monkeys. And we opened, you could drive through the monkey bit, and we've got a sunroof like the length of the car.
Oh, yeah.
So we put that back, and the monkeys jumped on the roof, and they're like flinging themselves.
Did you get any good pictures and
Yeah, I
stuff?
did. It was brilliant.
Yeah, you'll have to send me some and I'll put it on so people can see it.
Absolutely fantastic. The kids loved it. We did that drive round twice. We did it at the beginning, and then we did it at the end again.
That's so good because that's what I liked about the place up in.
In the Highland Wildlife.
Aye, Highland Wildlife Park because you could drive round.
Yeah.
It was like a safari, but there's nothing like that.
No.
Like there was a section with these little monkeys, and they were all doing this mad stuff, and you could watch them being fed. And then there was like a polar bears. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was nothing like that. Like monkeys jumping on the car.
There's a tiger as well, and a bit of it as well.
What? In the bit where you can drive through?
Oh no.
I was going to say, that's a bit mental.
But the lions are together though, and then there's a tiger separate.
Right.
But, oh, it was so good. The boys absolutely loved it.
Oh, I bet.
It was quite a good end to the summer holidays, I think.
Look at that house there. I'd love to live in that house.
Which one?
There. Behind it. You can't see it now. You can see it when I pointed at it. I think it's just here on the left.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
They've been really clever. They've put up big hedges.
I don't think they've put up the big hedges. It's a forest, dear. I think that grew there. I think that was there before the house was. They didn't put up a forest.
They've seen them and be like, this would be a perfect place to put her. I'd seen a thing about a guy who had built a house in a field, and it turns out that the neighbours had complained about it or something. He wasn't supposed to build it, so he was supposed to tear it down. So he just covered the outside it in hay bales, and it looked like a giant haystack, and they lived inside.
No light.
That was on the TV.
That's mad.
Yeah, just to save him having to take it down because it takes so long to build.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
On the way back from Inveraliki, actually, that we saw like a whiskey barrel graveyard. There was like pyramids of whiskey barrels, like really high. Yeah, huge ones. And it must be where they got, like, I don't know if they get cleaned and sterilised, or I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
I'd imagine like when they're smoked and they're burnt on the inside to smoke the whiskey and stuff, they probably have to go through a special process.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they just get destroyed once they've been done and then remade or what, but yeah, we were talking about all sorts. You know, when you're away with someone, you find yourself talking about the most random stuff.
Yeah.
Like we were discussing like owning a forest.
Okay.
And apparently there's loads of money to be made in the timber you get from the forest, but obviously it takes like 10, 20 years or whatever before you get the return on it. It's just weird stuff you talk about. like the conversations we have.
Yeah.
Just weird stuff.
It's good though. Like, I really enjoy meeting new people and talking to them because you just never know what you're going to learn.
Yes. That's what I was looking forward to, having like guests this week, but
Yeah.
it's just life, isn't it?
Oh,
we'll get them on. We'll get them on soon enough.
Yeah, we should totally have somebody come on and speak about stress and stuff though, because that's a massive part of people's lives. You know, like, so like, say like the lockdowns, and I mean obviously like shop workers and carers and everything, but people who had like the time off and seen what life was like to have the time off, like how do you get that stress-free life but still earn wages and be able to pay your bills?
Yeah.
And like balancing that and like having that kind of freedom. Like how do you deal with stress and things?
I mean, we could use this as an opportunity to get like a free therapy session. Just find someone that's really knowledgeable. We'll just absorb it all. Be like, woosah. We'll implement it in our lives.
Well, I went and got a CBT with somebody.
Cognitive behavioural therapy.
Yeah, and she's local, and it was absolutely fantastic. She does loads of stuff, yoga and things like that as well. And she's like full of knowledge. It was really good. And it just made you really think about the way you think, and then the process of thinking, and how it totally changes like the outcomes of stuff.
Yeah. See, I was listening to someone who does yoga on a podcast, and it kind of fascinated me, like the things they were talking about that they were like doing.
Yeah.
Like how they meditated and how they got themselves into like a higher state of being, and the meditation, the action was almost secondary to like the mental fortitude of it, or whatever you were doing. Yeah. And then I did some research about the person I was listening to on the podcast, and it turned out they do naked yoga with like other people, and it was, and I watched it and it just ruined it for me because I was like, I could get on board with this, and then there's like, he looked like a creepy old man. Oh. And there was like some young woman there, and they were both naked and like embrace, and like she was like getting into positions. He was like putting his hands on her to move her more, and I'm like, it ruined it for me. Yeah. So I'd like to actually speak to someone that does yoga, that does it.
They're probably completely innocent
normally.
About it.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it was completely innocent, but it's just watching it just didn't feel right. It's like, do it in your own privacy. They were fully naked. And in some of those positions, you could see way more than you needed to. And it's like, I don't know. I'm all for people doing anything, but you don't need to televise that. Yeah. You don't need to like put that on the internet for people to see. Yeah. I think we actually should stop at Portsoy Ice Cream and get something, you know.
Oh, to eat.
Shall we? You haven't brought your purse, have you? It's all right. I've got my bank card. I've got my bank card. I'll treat you.
I just never jump in here with like my phone.
You didn't even know what car I was in, and you didn't bring the phone holder.
Yeah, no, it was sitting in the house. I could run back in and get it, but as soon as I seen that card, I was like, oh, he's got that thing.
Oh, but yeah, I think you should try and actually drink coffee.
Yeah, I like black coffee.
Well, so do I, but you should try an Affogato. That's what we should get.
And what's that?
It's like a large espresso with a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it. Okay. And it goes cold, and it's amazing. Okay. That's what we'll get. Because I can't really drive and eat an ice cream. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'd end up dropping it all down me. And, yeah. Slam the brake comfortably. But yeah, I think that's what we should do. We should stop the recording. That way, at least we know half the footage is safe. Yeah. Do you know how much of a noise it was trying to edit the last one? It was so painful.
I felt so bad about that, and then I wouldn't even know what to do to like say, "Oh, I'll do it this time," because I don't have a clue what to do with that.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, I'll send you the footage and you can edit it." It looked like someone had done it on like 1998 Microsoft Paint. I mean, I'm not the best editor in the world, but at least I know how to do the stuff that I need to do. So I managed to sort of semi-make it look all right.
Ah, it did look good.
Is that a space? Is there someone standing in it? Can I get in there?
No, he's on the pavement.
No, he's on the pavement.
There's a space there, though. Oh, no, sorry.
That's it.
Oh, there's a space here.
Space here. We'll park up.
Next to the station.
And we'll come back when we've got our Affogatos.
Lovely job there.
Let me actually park it in so no one can hit my car this time. Not that it wasn't parked in last time.
Like the truth comes out now.
We're back. Just got to stare at it. It's got like ice cream in it. What do you think by looking at it?
I think it looks amazing and creamy. I'll be honest with you. It looks like I might shit myself at some point this afternoon.
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, no, it's ice cream.
Oh, you're lactose intolerant?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, God. The caffeine makes you poop anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're definitely going to shit yourself. I'll drive home quickly.
Aye, hopefully it's not when I'm sitting in your car.
Fingers bloody crossed, just got it back.
Just got it back, yeah. Let me know someday you can clean it.
Wow, that's true. Oh, I bumped into him.
No.
Yeah, Matty, who owns the MS Detailing.
Yep.
Or Details. Yeah, I bumped into him yesterday. I was in the courtesy car and he walked over to me and he's like, yeah, gave me a bottle of screen wash. He'd messaged after he'd done my car saying, oh, your screen wash is here. And I was like, I didn't order any screen wash. I assumed that he had sent it to the wrong person.
Yeah.
And then he messaged the next day saying, oh, I'll drop your screen wash off to you later. I'm like, I didn't order any screen wash. What are you on about? He's like, no, it was in your car when I was cleaning it. And I took it out. I was like, oh. And that was how long ago? When did he do my car? My car's been away for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, it must have been 3 weeks ago. And yeah, he just strolls over to me with this, here's your screen wash. I'm like, finally, screen wash. Yeah.
Right. I've been lost without
I've been lost. I didn't even have my bloody car with me, so it didn't matter, did it? And I suppose it was taken. But the thing is, it must have been sat in his car waiting to come round. He just kept forgetting to bring it. But he's a nice lad. He said it's been mental. He's been really busy ever since I posted that.
Yeah, I'm really chuffed for him.
I can't even drink that. There's a spoon stabbing me in the glasses. We'll have to go back roads. Go back roads. Oh. Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's absolutely lovely.
You wait till when you're in the toilet later and text me. Let me know if you still think the same. It's so simple but so nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like makes the coffee like thick and velvety.
Yeah.
It's like
It's really, really lovely. I've never liked cold coffee, but I really like this.
I suppose it's like drinking melted coffee ice cream, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you're eating it more like an ice cream, so I let mine melt more.
I'm really impatient.
But that'd be my recommendation. There were so many good ice creams in Portsoy Ice Cream today.
Oh yeah.
They had Lotus Biscoff.
Yep.
They had raspberry and Oreo, which got my attention.
Yes.
Thought that'd be pretty good. Cinnamon.
Condensed milk.
Oh. The best one I've ever had from there. It was bacon and maple syrup, and had actual bacon in it.
Was it nice?
It was amazing. It was actually incredible. I bought a whole tub of it. It was that good. But they've never done it since. I've only ever seen it once. They might have done it, obviously, and I've not been. But then,
Like you're in checking every
aye, I'm not in there every day. But it's like with John Stewart. He did his minted lamb sausages.
Yeah.
And they were so good. And I caught him, like, it must have been on Saturday, like, just before they were shutting. And obviously not even on Sunday. And I says, oh, how much sausages will that 20 quid get me?
Yeah.
So I was going to get some and stick them in the freezer. And I don't know how much money's worth of sausages there was in that tray. But he says, we're closing in a minute anyway. He says, you can have the lot. And I had like 100 sausages. No, it wasn't like that much, but it was a lot of sausages. But they were amazing.
Awesome.
Do you like minted lamb?
Yes, I do.
That's, yeah, so that was...
Go-to sausage. Oh.
Is this road wide enough for both of us? Oh, it's letting me go.
Adam asked for his birthday for 100 circle cheeses, which are baby bells.
100 baby bells?
Yeah. So, as I was picking them up in the shop, I was like, this is ridiculous, I've got 50.
You actually got it 50?
Face. He was absolutely... Well, like, you don't want to not get them something that they've asked for, do you? Like, you asked for baby bells. Like, surely that's, like, an easy thing to get them.
Well, I suppose he could have asked for crazier things.
Oh, you could ask them for a PlayStation or something.
PS5 and 3 grams of cocaine. Yeah, I get
Have
it.
your baby bells.
Aye, you have your baby bells and enjoy them, pal. So how much did 50 baby bells cost you, and how much of a weirdo? Before you even answer that, you were just, when we were at Portsoy Ice Cream, you were talking about seeing someone in a shop buying 8 cucumbers and thinking, who's buying 8 cucumbers? You literally just bought 50 baby bells. How much did it cost?
I don't know, because it was in the food shop.
But we'll say you normally spend 50 quid on shopping and it was 80 quid or whatever. Is there a big difference? Like, you must have noticed. How much were they a pack? They must have been regular price. If they were down to a quid for 6.
No, they were regular price.
Yeah.
And it was 10 in a pack.
Oh, I've not even... Big packs, eh? If they were like the ones where you get a 6 for a quid, I'd imagine you'd have bought in more than 50.
Yeah. Well, it was more for hiding them and putting them in the fridge, because they take up a whole tray in the fridge.
Well, I'm not surprised you bought 50
and he's counting them down as he's eating them.
So you can't even nick one? You can't even nick one?
No. But one the other night, and he's like, I've only got 46 now, because you and Dad had. I'm glad to kind of count, because we actually had 2.
Oh, so good.
But you don't really want to disappoint a 5-year-old, do you?
Yeah, to be fair, like, when Rudy wanted stuff for his birthday, he asked for a snow globe. So we got him a snow globe. I don't think he's even looked at it. I think it's still in the box.
Adam asked for pizza one year for Christmas. He's so easily pleased.
That wouldn't be all you got him, right?
Oh,
oh, there you go. Here's a 10-inch margarita. Enjoy.
You can't really get one of them at Christmas days. I was Boxing Day.
I miss, like, having Christmas with no pressure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, like, see, Christmas Day, I find it very stressful because I'm absolutely terrified that kids are going to be disappointed at Christmas Day with what they've got.
Really?
Because, like, I think their birthdays is their day every year where they get what they want in their special present and stuff like that, because it's all about them. Christmas, I don't feel like we should spend as much money on them, and it's more about family and enjoying the time together and stuff.
I think if you add up the cost of everything extra, the decorations, the tree, wrapping paper, the extra food you buy... but
what 7-year-old's going to be like, oh, thanks for all this.
No, but I mean, like, overall, the cost of Christmas is extremely expensive. And especially, like, a lot of people, they like shopping local.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find things locally that a small child's going to want.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Castlegate, they sell toys.
Yeah.
And Spotty Bag have a few toys.
Yeah.
But generally, like, they want a Paw Patrol kitten blaster or whatever. You have to buy it.
These things are like 85.
Oh, it's absolutely insane.
Do you know what annoys me about these things? The PJ Masks lorry and the Paw Patrol lorry we got second hand, but the PJ Masks lorry we went out and bought.
No.
It just sits there.
I know, and they're massive.
Yeah.
They're so awkward to put away.
Space. We must have, like, I couldn't even tell you the tops of Lego that we have. To be fair, the boys play with Lego a lot.
Yeah.
They get quite creative with it.
Yeah, Rudy is like a master builder.
Is he?
Oh, he's insane. He goes away and he comes back with this thing. He's like, look what I made, Dad. And it's amazing. Like, he's incredibly good with Lego.
Oh, that's
so I don't begrudge him having Lego.
Yeah.
It's when they want a specific set. But they never actually want to build the set. They just want the pieces from it. Like it's got one bloke in it that's really cool.
Yeah.
And
that game that they play on the PlayStation where they build Minecraft. The Minecraft Lego sets, Harry and Adam have asked him for them their Christmas and their birthdays this year. And I really grudge. Like, do you remember, like, when we were younger and we got Lego, we just got a big tub of Lego. And you built it.
Yeah.
It's not kind of anything in particular. Now you're getting Minecraft with 25 bits of Lego and it's costing you £24.
Right, well, there's this Lego Mario kit where Mario, it has like these little sensors in it. And like when you jump it along stuff, its chest lights up and it says different phrases. And it's like an assault course. And they're like, really wanted that. And I didn't know what it like specifically needed. And it's like there's a starter set, then an expansion set, and then an expansion set of the expansion set. It'd be really interesting if any of the viewers could give us what do you do differently at Christmas? Because I'll tell you something that my mum used to do that I really, really loved, right? 2 things she did. One, we had advent calendars. Look, my parking sensors are working again. So we had 2 things that that she did that I really liked. One, we had a homemade advent calendar that my nan had made.
Yeah.
And it was just like 24 pockets on like imagine a towel with 24 pockets on it, and it was hung from the wall, and she'd put like celebrations or like something different in. So that was pretty cool. But the best thing I remember about Christmas as a kid was we'd have 6 presents that we'd open up the days between Boxing Day and New Year, and she'd number them 1 to 6. They were just little stupid things, like a colouring book or 4 pens, and you'd get a dice, and you'd roll the dice, and whatever you got, that was the present you got.
Oh, that's good.
And you'd roll it each day, and I looked forward to that more than I did Christmas presents.
Yeah. See, like, for birthdays and stuff, so like last year, or was it the year before, was like the year of balloons, right? So for Logan's birthday, we sat in the hall outside his bedroom and blew up 225 balloons and put them into the bedroom, and they were in the bunk beds, him and Adam. So when they woke up,
so you sat there posting them in the door while he was sleeping?
Yeah, and when we woke up in the morning before them and went running in with a massive party popper. We're like, happy birthday! And it was such a shame because he started crying because he's such a prick. But they still remember the balloons because the room was full. You couldn't even see Adam when he stood up because there was like so much balloons. And for Adam's birthday, he got all the animal balloons, so he had giraffes and zebras and all sorts of sheep floating round about the kitchen for them to like play with.
That's cool.
And then like the year before that was like the year of giant cards. So for each of their birthdays, they got a giant card, kind of like just with stupid themes. And we always have cake for breakfast on a birthday.
That's so good.
Even before school, it's cake for breakfast.
See, the mother-in-law, she said to the kids, it's all right to have chocolate for breakfast on your birthday, or Christmas, one of the two. So they have chocolate sometimes for breakfast. But yeah, I don't know. I like it when. I think that's what Christmas should be about: the surprise and having fun, and not the actual gifts.
No.
If all kids' toys were inflatable, so you could let them down and put them away a lot easier, or just pop them and throw them in the bin, it'd be so much better.
It's not practical to buy kids loads of toys for each event that happens through the year. I mean, there's not enough space in the house for. I wouldn't say we're minimal, but we very much don't keep stuff, or if it's broken we get rid of it, or if it's no use we'll pass it on to somebody else. Like, I don't like just hoarding stuff for the sake of hoarding it.
Yeah.
So if people were to, like, if the kids had heaps and heaps of toys every year, I'd probably get really frustrated.
See, this is the thing, we have a secret clear out every year.
Yeah.
Just take away a load of toys, but we try and give the good ones to like friends.
Yeah.
And the problem you've got though is like, they'll see it at their friend's house that you've given to their friends, and then they'll be like, I've got one of those at home.
And then they want to find it.
And then they want to find it, and you're like, that's
Not
the one. That's the one. Like, so there was this big like Megazord from Power Rangers, big massive one, and Rudy was banging on about it. It was literally 4 foot tall, massive thing it was, and he was banging on. He really wanted it. So I was like, all right. So I got him it, and it was huge. And he used it maybe twice, and it sat there. So I gave it to the neighbours' kids, and they were playing with it, and it was fine. And Rudy would play with it round their house.
Yeah.
He never played with it at our house. So then he was looking for it, and was like, oh, I don't know where yours is. Blah blah blah. Acting innocent. But really, I knew exactly where it was. Obviously.
You've been playing with it.
He'd been playing with it. So. Then a few months passed, and this is like yesterday, just before I was about to go away camping. I say camping, I feel like a right liar. Yeah. Like I wasn't camping, it was glamping, but even more glamorous than a glamping tent. And that neighbour had given it to another neighbour's kid. And he's seen it, and he was like, oh, we've got one of those. Now all 3 of us have got one. I'm like, yeah, all 3 of you have got one.
See, we have a clear out with the kids, probably about November of the year. But the kids help, and what we do is we say to them, you can't, you need to make space for something before you can get it. So like if you're wanting new toys and stuff, they're new.
The people or the bollards?
The bollards.
What are you doing in my town? Yeah, no.
Who are you?
Yeah, well, that wall was broken because someone had crashed into it.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's obviously been fixed and they put bollards up. Although I imagine that wall stood there for about 30 years before someone crashed into it, so I don't see how the bollards are going to protect it.
I'm glad they thought of that so quickly, and yet we still use the same tiny bridge to get back and forth between Bath and Middle.
I know, but how would you rebuild that bridge?
You wouldn't rebuild it, you'd build another one beside it. And
Where?
you'd have the traffic going one way on one bridge and the other way on the other bridge.
Yeah, but where? Where would the access point for the other bridge be?
Slightly down the beach a bit if they would sort out the road, either side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
And then
not.
the circus couldn't arrive once a year, could it?
Yeah. See, I'm not against the idea of another bridge. It's just it'd just be such a palaver trying to put one in.
Yeah.
What your
But
thought?
can you imagine the bollards, how much effort that took and how quick the thinking was on it?
Yeah. But I mean, the bollards are a relatively simple solution. You just put
Yeah.
5 pieces of metal in the middle of the road. It's not. It's not that simple when it comes to building a bridge. Especially when it's like you've got there must be so many regulations with the structure, and it's got to be able to withstand a certain amount of impact, and then you've got obviously the sea eroding the coastline every year.
Yeah.
And they got to calculate how long it's going to be before it gets destroyed.
Imagine if they built like a mini Forth Road bridge.
What, just to get them to Macduff?
Yeah.
It's a bit overkill, isn't it?
A miniature one though.
A little tiny one.
They're like metal, solid posts right
Yeah,
in.
but then you've got the corrosion and rust.
Well, what happens to the Forth Road bridge? They just
I don't
paint it.
I don't think they just paint it. I presume they've made it out of materials that are like rust resistant or whatever. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. I think it would be handy to have another bridge, definitely, because that junction is a nightmare sometimes. But
And it's probably going to get worse.
oh yeah, definitely, especially as more young people, because a lot of young people, if they don't move away from it, they're still learning to drive.
Yeah.
So there's more cars on the road each year.
Yeah.
But it's a bit different. So what did you think of Affogato before?
I absolutely loved it.
Did you finish it?
I have, yeah.
All right. So
Might go in and see if Sean wants to drive to Portsoy and get another one.
be buzzing off the cafe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been short and sweet today.
Yes,
I think I've been discussing some random subjects, but
Yes.
it's been a nice drive.
Yes.
It's good to have my car back.
Yes. Thank you very much for this.
No worries. Your next time, bring your purse.
Oh well, I'll bring my card. I'll
All
put it
right.
in the back of my phone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, see you next week.
Yes.